etc. podcast.
Guys here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all like that. So
I do enjoy
with
sports.
the NFL playoffs going on right now, I decided that I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about that. And since we did not get to record the podcast last week due to some snow in the area, not typical
Which is kind of crazy.
not typical for our area. I did want to start by talking about last week with the Kansas City Buffalo game. Anybody has any thoughts that they'd like to share about that?
It's horrible.
The overtime
Absolutely
rule.
horrible.
Okay.
What do you mean? That was
Overtime.
one of the best NFL playoff games
It was.
ever.
It was.
Yeah,
No,
it's a great
no, not-
game.
it
With the
was,
college
but
overtime.
The way that the overtime was awful.
and that I remember that happened to Deshaun Watson a couple years ago. I think it was against the Chiefs.
We're always talking about
Dude,
Deshaun.
No,
just-
I remember whenever Deshaun, and he didn't even. He had a crazy game, and in overtime, he didn't even step on the field.
No. But we'll talk about that in a second. So, how do we feel about the Gabriel Davis outing?
What do you mean?
I don't even know.
Wait.
that.
206 yards, 4 touchdowns as a wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
And
haven't
he
even
was-
heard of the
I-
dude until
I-
just
I-
It's like
that
unheard
game.
of.
I thought,
That head
I thought it was so funny that it was supposed to be Diggs' game.
And he had
it was
7
the
yards.
revenge story.
Gabriel
he
Davis.
He had a 2-point conversion and 7 yards.
That's what I had in my notes. I was thinking, like, how do we feel about that Stephon Diggs thing? Because it was like he stayed in the stadium, he watched the Chiefs celebrate, he was heartbroken. Everybody talked about all the offseason. It was like he's gonna get back, he's gonna get him, and then they get in the game, and obviously they were successful on offense, so he probably drew the Chiefs'
his defense
attention.
sold on 2
But-
plays.
For this guy to do all that and then have 6 yards is crazy. And then about Travis Kelce with the you saw the stuff that came out with Travis Kelce on the sideline.
Mhm.
He was basically orchestrating the offense, like on that last stretch.
Oh, yeah.
Mahomes.
my
Yeah.
God.
He said, "I'm
said,
probably not going to run the play. I'm
Yeah.
going to run the open space." And then Patrick does his
Patrick
cadence.
says,
He says, "Do it."
Yeah.
Bro gets the first down in field goal range,
King
and
of
they win the game.
I mean, that's crazy whenever you think about, like, what these guys have on the line. I mean, they are, obviously, Mahomes has, like, so much money guaranteed. I'm sure Kelsey does too. But, I mean, this is these guys' jobs, right?
Yeah.
And their job is to go out and win this game. And he's literally, he's saying, I'm not listening to coach. He's saying, I'm running open space.
He said,
ignoring
if
my
they get
ball.
in
Like,
that
that's the
coverage
equivalent.
again, I'm
think-
doing it.
Like,
I
that's
see
your
the scene.
boss, though.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
his
imagine your
boss.
boss tells you to do something, you're like, that's not going to work.
I
You
got a
just
better
do it different.
solution,
Like,
but it helps out in the end.
like, that's a
But
big
what if
risk, though.
but what if it didn't?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's such a big risk.
I mean, yeah, but it was almost guaranteed because I know this this is the thing that Todd talks about all the time. He's crazy about it. He hates it. But teams in the NFL running prevent defense against teams that have timeouts is ridiculous.
What is that? Wait,
Prevent defense is whenever you play the safeties really deep so you don't get beat over the top, and you play the sidelines so that they can't get out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You leave the middle of the field wide open.
But then you got
But you have a team that has 2 timeouts. They can just throw it in the middle of the field and get big chunk
You don't
yardage.
need to
Yeah,
You
why
don't
would
need
you
to
do
get out
that?
of
Yeah,
bounds.
that's
Why would you
so
do that,
dumb.
There's 13 seconds left.
And that's what the Chiefs did. You got the number 1 defense in the
The
entire
Chiefs or the
NFL.
Buffalo?
Buffalo has
Yeah,
the
Chiefs
number 1
are the
defense in
Buffalo.
the entire country or the entire NFL, and they give up 44 yards in 2 plays.
That's so dumb.
Oh, they
Yeah.
had the 13 seconds.
And then you got the Buccaneers, who do the opposite. They let Cooper Kupp just blow right past them.
I love
You get,
seeing
like,
that.
70
I'm
yards.
sure you
but-
do.
I mean, that game was crazy.
That game was insane.
Yeah, we'll get into
This-
that one in a
oh, my
second.
bad. Alright.
Okay, so I got very strategic here. So now Josh Allen. Here's the big thing with Josh Allen. Did Josh Allen officially become a superstar quarterback in this playoffs?
I really
He
do
already
think he
was.
did. Which is like he was that guy, but now I think it's him and Mahomes as the young.
Yeah.
Bucks. I get that.
And
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can agree
It's
with that.
like just
Joe
because
Shiesty
Mahomes
at
is
3.
kind of like
You got Joe Shiesty at 3.
Well,
I mean,
Oh,
I guess
Tyler
yeah.
at 3.
that's
You got Murray at 3. You got
that's
well,
Nah,
it's,
Murray,
it's
he's not up
those
Definitely is.
4,
Definitely
if
is.
Murray, Allen, Mahomes, and Joe Shiesty
What about Lamar, though?
are like 2 through 4.
yeah.
Lamar's 6, Deshaun's 1.
I was
Like,
actually ready for this discussion. I had a question. It was so we have Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes in terms of who we think is a better quarterback. And for me right now, I mean, it's hard to deny Josh Allen with the way that he played. I know Mahomes had more yards, but you got to look at the weapons that
Dude,
Mahomes has.
Yeah, Mahomes has crazy weapons. Like arguably best tight end in the league. Crazy receivers.
I mean, they got guys everywhere. And then what part do we see Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Lamar Jackson playing in this as they all play in the AFC as time goes on. Those dudes all together, I saw this graphic that was on ESPN.
All under 25.
They all have a combined average age of 25.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And those dudes are running the AFC right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know Lamar and Justin didn't make the playoffs, but they were about one game off, and Lamar missed a lot of games. But, so, I guess what this comes down to is, will Josh Allen ever win a ring with the Bills?
With the AFC stacked how it is,
Yeah, the AFC.
It's so hard to say
they're-
because...
they got the Bengals on the rise. Bengals got an insane offense.
Okay, but think about it this way. Patrick Mahomes as Tom Brady. I'm not comparing them, but just think about it.
Yeah.
Just as an analogy.
That's a question I have.
Josh Allen.
I said John Allen. Josh Allen as Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning won a ring whenever Tom Brady was still playing, right? So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
eventually... Yeah, no.
I'm receiving a call.
I think eventually Josh Allen will. Because his team is... He has a decent
Yeah.
team. I think that he definitely could.
Especially because in the playoffs it's a game. And we saw the Chiefs-Bills.
One game.
It could have been either way. I mean, the coin toss
But the
really decided the
NFL
game. So
You really don't know what's going to happen because they're all professional athletes.
yeah. So using that comparison, if Brady and Manning, who do you think is Rodgers? Who do you think is the one that
I think
doesn't win?
Deshaun Watson.
Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is Rodgers.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, it's just the way they carry themselves, the way that...
The Bengals are gonna be good.
No, they definitely are,
I
but
think-
I think that they're going to...
Gotta head up.
You good? You look like you've been crying.
I'll see you, bro.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
I pose one last question. Is Mahomes ready to be compared to Brady yet?
No.
No.
God, no, dude.
No.
He's inconsistent.
He's only got one
You saw at
ring.
the start of the season, like
He's got one ring. I mean, yeah, he's been on the up, but
He's,
you also have to, Brady carried his team.
are you
He
comfy?
really didn't. If you look at the stats over the years, he's almost every single time he's been successful, he's had a top 10 defense.
Well, I'm saying on offense.
But
Brady
no, I
is
mean, he
clutch.
left and then the Patriots sucked after he left.
And
so.
Tampa
But
Bay
look
was
at
good.
who
Yeah,
he
that's
had.
because they had no
The
quarterback.
best receiver, other
At
than
all.
the best receiver he had, other than Randy Moss, was Julian Edelman.
Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk is
Oh, I
good.
forgot about Gronk.
Prime Gronk,
Yeah, he was the
The
shit,
dog.
dude. Yeah.
but I feel like you can't really compare because you can't compare their play. Obviously, Tom Brady's a completely different quarterback than Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes, and then you can't compare their legacies yet because Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
has
we
won
need
Super
we need
Bowl.
we need Mahomes to be in 3 or 4 more Super Bowls and see him clutch the Super
And
Bowl
win them.
Yeah.
to put him in that
Do you
if he
think-
clutches 2 Super
come
Bowls,
back.
If he goes
put him in the
28-3,
conversation.
That's what I was. About
Okay,
to
so
say.
what are y'all NFC and AFC championship predictions? Who's gonna win?
What is
Bengals
it? It's
versus-
Bengals win.
I think
The-
Bengals.
the-
I think
Bengals.
Bengals
The
go
line,
over.
the line for the Bengals game to me is just
It's
absolutely
7.5.
disrespectful
Bengals go all the
for
way.
the Bengals. That's crazy
No.
for
Bengals
them
going
to
to the
be.
Super Bowl.
I think.
Joe Shiesty.
Okay, I think Kansas City's gonna win the AFC. And what's the NFC? It's
It's LA
Rams.
versus San Francisco.
LA and San
LA
Fran.
is going to.
San Fran.
pop.
No, San Fran is
The
gonna.
thing is,
He was saying it was
we
gonna pop off,
say that,
guaranteed.
and
Jimmy
I was thinking that
Garoppolo.
too.
Jimmy G isn't good enough.
I was
Trey
thinking that
Lance is-
too from the Rams' perspective.
You're not gonna put in.
Wait,
Trey-
listen.
But if you think about it and you look at the regular season, the 49ers mopped them when they played in the regular season.
They're gonna, dude. They're
It was
gonna.
31-10 the first time
It's
they
gonna
played.
be Kansas City Chiefs
And they had
versus
a
San
20-point
Francisco
comeback the second
49ers.
time they
It's
played.
Mark my
playoffs,
words.
though.
I've got the complete offers.
Yeah.
Stafford's
Yeah,
putting
because
himself in the
Stafford
playoffs.
is playing.
He's playing insane.
Bengals
Odell.
versus Rams.
Oh yeah, that's what I.
Odell's
Yeah, that's
popped
that's
up.
a crazy-
Bengals
Odell's going
That's like
crazy.
a crazy Super Bowl.
That's
That
where I'm
really
at though.
is.
That's where I'm at though. Bengals,
A few years ago,
Rams, gotta
Bengals
be
Rams.
Rams.
Bengals weren't even good last.
I
year.
really
Bengals
love.
are
I love Joe
trash.
Shiesty. I love the Bengals. They're not gonna beat Kansas City. They're just not.
I mean, I
Yeah,
have
but
my
they're not
doubts.
gonna beat.
I
You
really-
know
I do
how
have
hard
my-
it is to beat
I have my
Patrick
doubts.
Mahomes that offense
And
twice.
I think it'll be a tough game, and I don't think it'll be easy. And I think
It'll have to
come
be
down
high scoring because
The
the Bengals
Bengals-
defense is
No,
not.
it's
They're all right.
underrated.
They're all right. Yeah.
They're all right. They're better than.
Like and subscribe for more videos.